make up a little bit more material in that row, build it up a little bit, and still have a relatively quick stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And we're going to keep going until we get to 10. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through the last 2. Keeping even tension is difficult. It's something that it just comes with practice, so it's good to do little patterns like this just to get that practice, especially as you switch between different types of yarn. A nylon, a synthetic blend yarn is going to behave differently than a cotton. This cotton yarn, for example, has no give at all. There's virtually no stretch. So keeping an even tension on this is, I think, even more important because this yarn doesn't move. Once you make that stitch and you get a couple rows in, that's how it's going to be shaped. So right here we can count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to do one more. Find that top stitch from my last row. It's going to be right here. You can see that. I think I got it. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. And that gives us 10 double crochet stitches on that last row. Be nice and even, and we can keep going with the next stitch. This one is the treble crochet, sometimes called the triple crochet. And similar to the double crochet, we need to chain on the end for our first stitch, but we need to chain 3 because it's a higher profile. So chain 1, 2, 3, and that gives us our first treble crochet, our first stitch on this row. Now the next difference is how many times you yarn over for the first stitch. So instead of just yarning over once, like we did with the double crochet, we're going to yarn over a second time. You should have what looks like 3 loops on your crochet hook to start before you insert the hook into the first stitch. So with those 3 loops, insert into the first stitch, you're going to yarn over again, pull through, and now you're going to have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through just the first 2, leaving yourself with 3 loops, yarn over again, pull through just the first 2, and then you're leaving yourself with 2 loops, yarn over again, and pull through those last 2. That is the triple or treble crochet. I like to call it triple, but I think treble is the technical term. Let's try that again. Yarn over twice, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. As triples are pretty big stitches, and they do use up quite a bit of yarn per stitch, as you can imagine. I think the triple or treble crochets are pretty easy to keep uniform tension as you count the loops as you go. You tend to use the same amount of yarn. I don't know. I think it's a personal preference, but to me they look a little bit more even. I'll do a few more treble crochets to get to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to find where we insert our hook into the next stitch. I believe it's right here. There. I like to just make it a little easier on myself. Okay, we're going to yarn over twice, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's our last triple crochet stitch. Looking nice so far. The next stitch is called the slip stitch. This one is what you do when you want virtually no profile. For this row, you don't need to chain anything because it's not going to build up. But what you are going to do is slip stitch into this first stitch on top. And basically, this is a technique that you can use if you want to move your hook over to the middle of the row without adding any material. You can kind of sneak it over there with the slip stitch. This is helpful if you want to make different shapes or add unique stitches into your work. It's a good technique to know. So a slip stitch is 0 yarning over. You just insert the hook into that first stitch, grab the yarn, and then just pull it right through that same loop. I'll do that again in the next stitch. Insert the hook, yarn over, and just pull through. Try not to pull this one tight. It's easy to do because it's only one stitch, but you want to try to keep a relaxed tension with this one as well. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through. Insert, yarn over, and pull through. And just work your way down the row. Until you get to the end. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do one last one in the top of my triple here. Yarn over, pull through, and that's it. That is the end of the slip stitch row, and as you can see, it really doesn't add anything for height to your work. It's easy to just add a small row without adding a lot of material. It's good for maybe a border if you want to add a nice thin edge to your work. Or like I said, it's good to just sneak the yarn over a little bit to the middle of the row and then do a bigger profile something right here if you're working a different design. So this is what you should end up with all those 6 stitches that we learned. We went over the chain stitch, the single crochet stitch, the half double, the double, the triple, and the slip stitch. Any questions or other comments, just post them below. I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. Thank you.